Hello, you guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm Miley, and today's pick and image reading will be on your month of November predictions. So, what exactly does the month of November 2024 have in store for you is what we will be getting into in this video. Before we get into your readings, I would like for you to know that you are free to listen to the messages that I channel today through the cards, and I hope that regardless of what you choose, you will make your decision based on your own inner guidance. On the screen, you have the opportunity here to select which of the three piles with the November calendar calls to you the most, and you may select one or more piles if you choose to do so. Because this is a general reading, parts of the channeled messages may or may not resonate. So if it does not resonate, release and do not force it to resonate for whatever your life situation may be at the time you are seeing this video. Now that I've said all that, if you do need more time to determine which pile is meant for you, I will give you more time to meditate on that. If you don't need any more time selecting the pile that has your name and your energy written all over it, then your timestamp for your reading can be found in the description box below. And I'll see you at your selected pile. I hope you enjoy your reading. Hello, my pile number ones, and welcome to your month of November prediction reading. For your tarot cards, you have the Three of Swords reversed, the Eight of Wands upright, and the Seven of Swords reversed. Immediately from the Eight of Wands upright, I heard moving too fast, and this doesn't feel like a good thing because sometimes moving fast can help us in certain points in our lives, but for right now, for your month of November, pile number one, moving too fast won't actually do you any good. I know that in the month of November, a lot of holidays are starting to come up, and I'm getting the visual of a Thanksgiving celebration at someone's house, and from the Seven of Swords card, I'm hearing to slow down. If you are someone who's planning to host some sort of celebration in the month of November, then I'm getting to take your time and really plan out certain things. This is not a month to rush anything. It would benefit you way more if you would take your time with certain things, such as planning an event or some sort of gathering. In the Three of Swords reversed, I'm getting a completely separate message that for those of you that have experienced some sort of heartbreak, there seems to be some form of a speedy recovery from it, or you are ready to hurry up and move on from what has ended or recently left in your life. I'm getting a visual of a girl, and she just got out of a romantic relationship with someone, and now that the relationship is over, she just wants to enjoy her life in the way that she envisioned for herself for quite some time now, and she wants to go out and celebrate her single life with her friends and go out to parties and drink and have fun and really just enjoy life. She really wants to get over her past relationship with her now ex, and I'm seeing that she might be now in a phase where she genuinely feels herself recovering from the pain that the relationship had caused her. But prior to this, prior to her getting to this point, she may have been trying to dabble into different ways to help her recover from the relationship, and she felt like she was hitting a wall with certain things. For example, she might have tried meditating, attempting to get her mind right, actually going out, and I'm seeing her clubbing and drinking and trying to escape from the pain that the relationship had caused her, but a lot of these things aren't helping her to heal. She's trying a lot of things at once, but the only thing she hasn't opened herself up to trying is giving herself time to heal. She will eventually open herself to healing and recovering from this heartbreak, but in the beginning stages of the healing process, she's throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. For you, pal number one, I'm getting that there's a hurdle or a few hurdles that you're trying to navigate your way around to achieve the outcome that you want in a situation, and there's a very clear path or direction that you can go in to achieve your desired results. However, you're overlooking the path because you keep focusing on different things at one time instead of honing your attention in on the one path that can get you to where you're trying to go. It's like you have your hand in way too many baskets and you're dabbling into a lot of different things to see which one will have the ability to sustain what you're trying to obtain. And I'm getting that doing this is not actually going to get you anywhere. I'm hearing to focus on the one thing and try to stick to it. In the Seven of Swords card reverse, the person is attempting to carry all of these swords in their hands, and I'm getting that at one point they were holding all 7 swords, but somehow, some way, they dropped 2 of the swords and they're looking back behind them and they see these swords that fell onto the ground and they're like, oh man, I gotta come back for those. So then the person leaves those 2 swords behind them and they keep carrying the other 5 and taking them to wherever they're trying to take them. But then eventually I'm seeing them dropping 2 more swords, so now they're down to 3 in their hands, and then eventually they drop 2 more, and then now they're down to 1. And once they get to their destination, they've only arrived with 1 sword, and it turns out that 1 sword was all that they needed to take with them. Carrying the other 6 was a bit excessive. It was a bit too much and unnecessary. And now I'm hearing you don't need more than what you can handle. I'm hearing the universe and your spirit team tell you that you don't need all of this extra stuff to achieve what you want to achieve. You just need what we are telling you to take. There's no need to overstuff yourself. And now I'm getting that Thanksgiving visual again, but this time I'm seeing you at a buffet style type of dinner, and I'm seeing you trying to overflow your plate with food that spirit knows you're not going to complete. You're not going to finish this plate in one sitting, so they're kind of confused as to why you would stuff your plate in the way that you stuffed it. And you're just like, but I want to eat this and I want to eat that and I want to make sure I try this and I want to try that. And your spirit team is like, okay, but you know good and well you're not going to finish this plate in this one sitting. There's no need to panic. There's more food where that came from, so you don't need to hoard all of your food on your plate. You can just pack a to-go plate and you can eat the rest when you're ready and you have the space for it in your body. If you don't get the chance to eat everything at the dinner table, set some food aside for yourself for later so you can still enjoy it, but you won't be torturing your body. And this message could be taken literally for those of you who do plan on celebrating Thanksgiving or any other celebrations that you know will be happening in your life for the month of November. But another way to see this visual with you overfilling your plate is that your plate could be a metaphor for all the other things that you are trying to do in your life, and your spirit team and the universe is telling you that you have way too much going on at once and you cannot sustain everything for a long period of time. There is no stable longevity to having all of these things on your plate at once, and you actually need to free up some space, because what you're trying to do right now is not going to work in the long run. So now it's time to bring it back a little bit and really evaluate what you actually have time and energy for that you can keep on your plate. And if you feel like there are some things that you actually need to take off your plate that you can push to the side a little bit, then you should do so. Or if there are some things that you want to keep, but you feel that if you add it to your plate, it will become too much, then I'm also hearing to find an alternative way to have this thing added to your plate still, but you go about keeping it in your life in a different way. For example, I'm seeing someone being very busy with their life and they don't have time for a lot of things that they want to do. And one of the things that they want to keep on their plate is to have a regular workout schedule, but they can't go to the gym all the time because they just don't have the time for it most of the time. So what they decide to do is start working out from home to still incorporate fitness into their life like they wanted, but instead of taking time out of their day to get up and get ready to go to the gym all the time, they can easily do it at home, which cuts down on time in terms of going to and from the gym. So they're still able to have what they desire. It just won't look like how they envisioned it in their life in the beginning. In fact, it's working for them a lot better than what they initially envisioned for themselves in their life. So allow this month of November to let you discover the best solution to help you manage your life. What can you healthily sustain for a long period of time? I'm really picking up on having a healthier routine for yourself that you can maintain. For some of you, this is a change that you are willing to accept, that you have been feeling for a while, that you've been needing to make. You just haven't done it yet. And if this message is resonating for you this far into your reading, then take that as a confirmation that you know what you need to do to take some time, to take some of the metaphorical food off of your plate, so you are not destroying yourself by forcing yourself to consume everything that you have already put on your plate, even if you have already reached your limit within your body. Don't overwork it. For others of you, I'm seeing that this is change that you just aren't ready for, or at the very least, you don't feel ready for. You don't feel open to it. Even if you do recognize that what you are currently doing is in some way providing you with instability in the long run, you just aren't open to changing how you've already been going about handling things. But what I am seeing for you is success for you if you do decide to make the necessary and healthy and appropriate changes that you need to make. I keep seeing that there is something that you need to let go of because it is no longer serving you in a healthy way, and you are being called to do something about it, even if it doesn't make sense to people outside of you, like a career change or a lifestyle change, or like I mentioned before, the ending of a relationship. To people outside of you, this may seem out of character for you, or logistically, this change wouldn't be something that they would recommend for you. Like, if you were to change your career to something completely different from what you've been doing for quite some time now, and maybe the pay is lower than what you were getting paid to do from your old job, I'm getting that most people would look at you crazy, like, why would you make a decision like that? Because you were financially well off with your old job, and in their eyes you kind of downgraded. But your rebuttal to this is that you weren't happy and you weren't treating yourself in a healthy way like you wanted for yourself. That's why you changed careers. Or if this is a romantic relationship, it may have looked perfect on the outside, but on the inside it was destroying you. So you made the decision to leave and you've never been better. And you're glad that you made these decisions when you made them, and now down the line in the near future, you see how making the seemingly crazy decision has benefited you to help you align yourself more with who you wanted to be in this life for quite some time now. I'm seeing you finally make the decision to commit to creating the life you have always wanted deep down. Not the life your family wanted for you, not the life society tells you to want, but the life you envisioned yourself having. And this feels like a deep, dark secret that you have kept within you or even suppressed at one point in your life. And this doesn't sound like a bad thing, just more so of an unconventional way of living life compared to what you have been doing thus far in life, or what others would typically know you for in this life because of what you have been presenting as all this time to the outside world. It's almost like I get the sense that you are potentially abandoning something for your betterment in the month of November, pile number one. And in you abandoning this thing, you do realize how much joy is slowly being brought into your life because you've released yourself from this thing that you didn't realize was burdening you for so long. I get the sense that initially you may stress yourself out about trying to juggle everything all at once, and then you realized, oh, wait, I don't actually necessarily need this in my life right now at this moment. This can actually wait. And I do have a say in whether or not I want to walk away from this, either permanently or temporarily. You're actively making the choice to include things in your life that will actually make or help you enjoy life a bit more. I'm seeing success for you in you putting in effort to organizing or prioritizing things in your life. I'm also seeing other people noticing the changes you're making, and they are applauding you because they can visibly see that whatever changes you made in your life are showing outwardly. It's like having a set skincare routine, and everyone is starting to notice that your skin is glowing and looking more healthier than before. There is progress that is being made, and I'm hearing that you are pouring love onto yourself. You're showering yourself with love, or at the very least, you're learning how to do this for yourself. But I will say, I am seeing two paths for you. On the one path, you are continuing on with how you've been living life so far, and you're living in a situation where it kind of gets worse. And I'm seeing you spiraling into unhappiness and not enjoying life and feeling miserable about your circumstances, but not doing anything to change it. And you're continuing on with overworking yourself and putting too much on your plate, and just overall not having the greatest experience with life and feeling like you are in an endless loop in life. But on the other path, I'm seeing you standing at a starting point on a path, and if I were to zoom out of the visual of you walking on this path, I can see the end goal. It's like the first path you were wandering around aimlessly on, and on the second path, you have a purpose for walking down this path. On the second path, I'm seeing you kind of struggling in the beginning to walk down this path and commit to making it to the end. The best example I can think of to describe how I'm seeing you walk down this path is like when you are starting a workout team after not working out for a long time. In the beginning, the first few workout days are hard, and you're kind of questioning why you're doing this in the first place. But as you continue to walk down this path of wanting to commit to this journey, you start to feel a little bit different about working out, and you find yourself starting to enjoy it a little bit, and your form is improving and you're getting stronger, and your mood is starting to shift in a positive way, and you feel great about yourself, and you're like, wow, I really needed this change in my life because I'm starting to feel a little bit better about myself, and no matter what life throws at me, that's not going to stop me from having a good day because I feel great about myself and I feel proud of myself. I say all this to say, pile number one, is that you have a choice in the month of November. You can choose to stay on this endless loop you have found yourself in, or you can try something different that works best for you in your life. Maybe there is something in your daily routine that you need to change for your betterment, or on a larger scale, maybe there is something about the way you approach life that needs to be altered for your peace of mind and happiness. Have you been considering a career change or a lifestyle change that isn't in alignment with the image that you've been portraying to the world, but is in alignment with who you feel you are deep down in your core? Are you ready to embrace yourself and unapologetically have the strength to show the world the person that you truly are, that you have come to love? Do you have the strength to parade around and show the world how proud you are of yourself for just being the person that you are? For some of you, the answer may be no, and that's okay. You may not be ready to do this and may have a problem with fully accepting yourself because you don't feel that you are perfect enough. For some of you, I am picking up on low self-esteem or paying too much attention to your insecurities, and that's okay. Again, the month of November is not a month to beat yourself up for not being able to have the power to do everything you put your mind to all at once. You don't get an award for doing that, for torturing yourself in that way, for stressing yourself out in that way. This really is a self-care month, a month where you get to show yourself love, because I'm seeing that you need kindness to be shown to you through you caring for yourself. The universe wants you to start being more kind to yourself and wants you to start caring about you and your needs, because I'm seeing you kind of feeling neglected in some way. The universe wants you to prioritize your needs more often. What little steps can you or are you willing to take to help you feel more fulfilled in life? What can you do now that will make you feel proud of you? What can you do right now or tomorrow or a week from now that would make you want to celebrate yourself for completing something that fulfills your needs? This is a general reading, so I will say I trust that you know what's best for you in the season that you are in your life right now. Speaking kindly to yourself or utilizing positive affirmations for the self could be really beneficial to some of you in the month of November. For those of you that feel called to practice that in your daily or weekly routine, I keep hearing to be nice or kind to yourself and take care of yourself repeatedly in my mind. So please let that be the phrase that you carry with you throughout your month of November, pile number one. Have the strength to not worry about others' opinions of you and the life choices you decide to make for yourself. I'm hearing to allow yourself to get grounded and connect with your emotions, to be able to feel through your body or your senses what feels right for you to be doing right now and what will help you to take care of yourself. If your body says to eat a meal, then honor that and go eat a meal. If your gut is telling you to apply for that new job, then honor that and go apply for that job. If your gut is telling you to be at a certain place at a certain time, then honor that and go where you are being divinely guided to go. I'm getting to allow spirit to move through you to teach you how to honor yourself so that you can take better care of and embrace yourself. Moving on, to close out your reading, I did pull from the Work Your Light Oracle cards deck to give you a message to carry with you throughout your month of November. And the card that came out for you was the Align Your Life card that says, what is not aligned or needs to change? Reading from the guidebook for your card, it says, what in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are cyclic beings in a constant state of change, of evolution, of growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. When you resist your cyclic nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us have learned to be who the world wants us to be, but there comes a time when it is harder to hold on to this facade than it is to embrace who we truly are, to surrender to how we have changed and align life to that way of being. If you pulled this card, you are being called to let go of who you once were or the things that you once defined yourself by, the job, the relationship, and the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are now, to courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity, to embrace your weirdness and your uniqueness. Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it is time to reassess and bring all of the parts of your life into alignment so that they are congruent with who you truly are today. For your Work Your Light inquiry, it says, what in your life is not aligned or needs to change? I haven't pulled this oracle card for a tarot reading in a while, so I kind of forgot the meaning behind this card from the guidebook, but I do think that it's interesting how in the guidebook it talked about outgrowing relationships and circumstances, and I did bring that up at the beginning of your reading with the heartbreak scenario of the girl attempting to move on and heal from a romantic relationship that she realized no longer served her in the most healthiest way possible. So for me, that was a nice little connection between the oracle card and the tarot cards that I do think will resonate with someone who chooses this pile. Again, this is a general reading, so I don't know exactly who it is that I'm channeling for when you all come across these videos, but I think that is it for you, pile number one. I feel like your oracle card for the month of November is pretty self-explanatory and is a good summary of what I was picking up on in the tarot cards, so I don't think that I need to further elaborate on it. It is perfect as is, so I guess you have reached the end of your reading, pile number one. I hope that the messages within this pile resonated for you. If you would like to, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe to follow when I next upload. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed and wonderfully divinely guided day. See ya! Hello, my pile number twos, and welcome to your month of November prediction reading. For your tarot cards, you have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Page of Swords upright, and the Ten of Cups reversed. Are you struggling with money right now, pile number two? Because I'm hearing scraping for food. I'm also hearing living paycheck to paycheck. And in the Page of Swords upright, I'm seeing someone trying to be innovative with how they can find another way to have another source of income. And I'm seeing that it's a way to make money that most people wouldn't take, or you recognize that society may shun you for taking this path. And this is something that has been on your mind for quite some time now. I'm not seeing you in the process of thinking of ways to explore making new money or more money. Instead, I feel like there is already a path that you are willing to walk down, and all that's left is for you to take the first step. I'm picking up on a scenario where someone may have lost their job and are now heavily reliant on other people's income or government assistance. There's this sense of losing some form of what helps to provide your own independence. And now you are juggling some things to try and continue to make ends meet. I'm also picking up on scammers, con artists, theft, and because this is YouTube, I'll just say using your body to make money. I gotta be honest, pile number two, I feel a sense of desperation from you. And now I'm hearing I'm desperate. Whatever this path is that you are considering going down, I don't think that it's going to be a workable plan. I'm sensing that somewhere down the line you may regret going down this path, but I understand that you are trying your best to do with what you got, with what's offered to you. And I'm sensing that deep down you don't want to go down this path, but if it means making ends meet, then you may consider doing it. But for those of you where this message may resonate with you, then I'm getting that you are looking for hope. you're just looking for hope in all the wrong places. You want someone to hold you and comfort you and tell you everything is going to be okay because you want so badly for things to be okay. You're not trying to be hard headed when the universe is guiding you to not do something that is out of alignment with who you are. You're just trying to, once again, make ends meet while living on this earth. And I think for some of you, you are open to a better solution for your issue, but you may have a problem with sitting still and actually listening to the messages that the universe is trying to send to you. I'm seeing someone panicking about their current circumstances and trying to do a million things at once, and it would actually take someone to physically grab this person by the shoulders to get them to stop for a moment and breathe. If the universe could grab you by your shoulders and shake you and say to your face, pull yourself together, pile number two, they would. I'm I'm being reminded of that one scene from the Incredibles movie where Elastigirl is crying about what she's going through, and Edna walks up to her and starts slapping her with the newspaper and says, "You are Elastigirl, pull yourself together." That's exactly what I'm seeing for you, pile number two. If the universe could grab you by your shirt and look you dead in the eyes and say, "What are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Do you not know who you are?" I'm telling you, pile number two, the universe would do it. I'm sensing a motivational speech coming from the universe, but I don't know the words just yet. They aren't coming to me, but hopefully, as we continue on with your reading, I will have the words. But moving on from that, I am sensing that you are trying to get into contact with people who can help you improve your situation. However, I think that you may be looking in the wrong places for some of you, and this is where I think you may be digging yourself in a hole unknowingly. The universe is nudging you to either stop and listen to the guidance that they are trying to give to you to help you, or to help push you in the direction that will help you in your situation, or they want you to allow them to move through you to help you physically move in the direction that will help you in your situation. So if your body needs to go right, then let it go right. If it needs to go left, then let it go left. And if your body needs to spin around in a circle 3 times, then sit down in a chair, then you should honor that. Overall, just know that you have the answer to help yourself in your situation. And you don't need to do things that are out of character for you to do just so you can get by. You are strongly encouraged to not make decisions out of fear of the future or the unknown. Trust and believe in yourself that when you need guidance and answers to questions that will help you navigate your way through life, the guidance and the answers are already given to you. You just have to pay attention to the message that was given to you. For some of you, I'm getting that signs and synchronicities will be important for you to pay attention to help you find the answers you seek. If there are repeated patterns that you are noticing that are reoccurring into your awareness, maybe explore what these patterns are trying to tell you. These could be words or phrases or images that you see or hear from your outside world or environment that could be signs from the universe that they want you to pay attention to. If you have certain numbers that hold a special meaning to you and you consistently are seeing them everywhere you go, take the time out to explore the meaning behind them. I'm picking up on 1111, which could be a number synchronicity for some of you. I know that 1111 could also represent November 11th, so maybe that day in particular holds a special meaning to you. Or something significant and special may be happening for you on that day for your month of November. I'm also seeing the angel number 1717. I don't feel that it's as strong as 1111, but it did appear to me very quickly and then it went away. But the meaning behind 1717 may be important to you, so I would suggest looking up these number synchronicities to help guide you on your life's journey during this season of your life. I am sensing that you will be making it out of financial hardships, though. I'm seeing employment for those of you that are unemployed at the moment. I'm seeing someone being laid off at a job that was working for them. It may not have been the best job to do, but it was financially providing for their basic human needs, and now they're out of a job. But I'm sensing not to worry or panic about that. If you pay attention to the signs that the universe is giving to you, you will find the answers as to how you can appropriately get yourself out of your temporary financial struggle. And you don't have to go out of your way to resort to things that will get you into future potential trouble down the line, or you don't have to do anything that would make you behave out of character for you. You don't have to lose yourself just because you feel like you have lost your sense of stability. I'm getting that at this time, if this reading is resonating for you in some way, that gaining a sense of control over yourself would be the first thing that you need to do once you feel yourself losing everything around you that has brought some form of comfort and stability to you. I'm picking up on a lot of worrying and having anxious thoughts on your end, but on the other side of this, I'm picking up on the fact that the universe is comforting you and wants to make sure that you know that you are still being taken care of and they are still looking out for you. I'm hearing them say, are you ready to finally listen to what we have to offer you? Are you being still and open and receptive to what we have to offer you? Because we promise that it will be better than what you had before. Your circumstances will be better than before, and even right now with what you are currently going through. Are you ready to work with us so we can help you navigate this current situation you're in, because we can't help you unless you accept our help and what we have to offer you. There is this sense of feeling alone or lacking a community that is willing to help you during this time. You may not have the emotional support that you feel you need to help encourage you to go down the path that you are meant to walk down. And so you may try to venture out and try to do things on your own to support yourself without having the proper tools needed to actually help you get through this current phase in your life. You have the right spirit, but the guidance you are taking is a little iffy. It's a little questionable. So your spirit team in the universe wants you to seek guidance from them if you do feel alone, or if you are aware of the fact that you may be seeking advice in all the wrong places. I'm seeing that the universe may also instruct you to take action on certain things that will lead you to meeting the right people and creating the right community for yourself that will allow and accept you in the current season that you are in your life. In the Page of Swords card specifically, I am sensing that you may need to practice patience. Many of you who have chosen this pile may have a tendency to act before you think things through properly, and you may go after things because it's the most logical thing to do. But just because the option is appearing in front of you doesn't mean that you have to accept it, because I'm seeing that if you wait a little bit longer, another option will appear and you'll feel in your soul that that is the option you should take. Your desperation is what may get you into some trouble if you act on it too soon. So, practicing regulating yourself when you feel yourself getting ready to panic will help you during this month. In the Ten of Cups reversed, I am also picking up on a love scenario where a person breaks up with their now ex, and it was for the best. But once they do this, I'm sensing this energy of going through a withdrawal, because the person doesn't like being alone or single for too long, so they end up going back to their ex. But what they don't realize is that if they waited a little bit longer, they would have had the opportunity to meet their next best romantic partner or the one. But because this person was desperate to be in a relationship and maybe potentially keep up appearances of being in a seemingly stable relationship when that was never the case to begin with, they lost an amazing opportunity that would have been better than what they had with their ex. So there is this sense of experiencing a delay in something amazing coming towards you, but if you wait patiently long enough, this amazing opportunity will come right back towards you if you can look past what you are craving for or what you are desperate for. I'm getting that your desperation will only give you a quick fix that will stop you from feeling anxious temporarily, but if you kind of reject what is coming towards you first, you would be rejecting the side of you that wants to take action out of fear or anxiety. And then the next opportunity that comes along, you'll accept it because you would have learned to take action when you feel guided to take action, but not because you're desperate. I'm getting the visual of a person being met with a door, and this person has the opportunity to open that door, but they choose not to because they recognize that they are not in the right headspace or emotional state to make great decisions right now, so they pass up on opening the first door that approaches them. But then another door comes along not long after the first door leaves, and the person decides to open that door because they felt ready to make a decision, and they're glad that they chose to open the second door because I'm seeing an amazing job opportunity being presented to them, along with other things that will aid in elevating this person's way of living. And when this person walks through the second door, they turn around and they are able to get a glimpse of what was behind the first door, and it turned out to be the same old that would have put them right back to what got them in the messed up situation they were in before they accepted the second door. So experiencing delays may be your friend for the month pile number 2, surprisingly. I know that delays aren't what we would typically look for in our daily lives, but a delay in something may be what is bringing us a blessing in disguise. And in this blessing that will be presented to you, I am hearing that it will bring you emotional fulfillment. Something about this blessing will allow you to safely pour your heart and soul into it without feeling that you will be fucked over. For some of you, I am getting that this could be a new romantic offer coming towards you that you can trust in this new journey that you are entering into your life. I'm getting that there is something different about this person that you will appreciate because maybe they don't remind you of an ex in some way, because maybe they look completely different from your ex, or they look completely different from your usual type, or they could be different personality wise from your ex. Maybe from your ex certain things weren't acceptable or allowed in the relationship, but with the new person they are accepted. Or in reverse, maybe there were things that were allowed in your past relationship that aren't going to be tolerated in this new one with this new person. And this may feel like a change that you are open to accepting because it feels safe, it feels healthy, it feels right for you. For those of you that are dealing with financial hardship, I am seeing someone approaching you with a job offer, and they are coming from a place of seeing your worth and willing to invite you into their workspace because they think that you would be a great candidate that they would like to work with. And so they allow you to come in and do an interview with them so the both of you could get a feel for what whether or not they could really see you working in their place of work, and whether or not you could see yourself working in this work environment. I am seeing you negotiate your pay if you were to accept this job offer, and you're learning that you will not be accepting anything lower than what you know you've worked so hard for. And you are not willing to compromise what brings you peace. So you are not willing to accept anything that would put you back on the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, or not being able to afford certain things, especially after what you've experienced. If you are someone who was laid off and haven't been working for a long time since you were laid off, you don't want to put yourself back on experiencing poverty and struggle and what came along with you not having a job. There is this sense of divine timing that's really at play here for your month of November, and all it takes is for you to make the right decision at the right time to unlock what it is that you are currently desiring to have right now in your life. I'm getting that you may need to be at the right place at the right time, or you may need to be ready to act when the universe says go. Again, going back to that energy of having patience to know when to strike when the opportunity presents itself. Listening to your intuition, paying attention to your inner knowing is what will lead you to unlocking your prosperity. But this can only happen in the right timing. I'm getting that if you do miss your window of opportunity, it may take a while for it to come back to you. And I'm unsure of how long this while could be for it to come back to you. This is why it is important for you to be still and listen, so that you don't miss this opportunity the first time. It feels very important for you to take on this new opportunity because of how much learning and growing you will be experiencing, and it feels very exciting. This journey that you will be on once you do accept this opportunity. Mastering the art of learning when to wait and when to pounce will be key to discovering what opportunities lie ahead for you, pile number 2. So I'm hearing to pull yourself together and have some self-control, because you're gonna need it for your month of November. And this is if you are willing to walk down this path. No one can force you to do anything you don't want to do. If you feel that you don't need to, I do think that this pile is for a very not small group, but specific group of people that I am channeling for. So, I mean, we are pretty close to the end of your reading, so if it hasn't resonated for you in some way at this point in the reading, then maybe this pile isn't for you and you felt called to listen to another pile instead, and that's okay. I will say that in the end, everyone should always listen to their own inner guidance, whether this pile was meant for them or not, because we are all beings who are experiencing different things at different times in the day and at different phases in our lives. But certain aspects of our lives that we can all relate to in some way or another is what can connect us and help us to recognize that what we all feel is a universal experience that helps us to see that we are truly not completely alone in this world. We are all human beings that are trying to make sense of this world that we are living in, and we have the potential to really work together and face the troubles we face together instead of doing it alone. So that way we can make our lives and the world a better place to be in. Sometimes facing the hard truth of our reality can suck, and if you are someone that is emotionally going through it right now, the universe does want me to let you know that you always have the power to make a choice to change your circumstances for the better and dedicate time and effort into fighting for what you believe you deserve. You'll never run out of options or opportunities in that regard to finding choices to help you improve your state of well-being. I will say that For some of you, pile number 2, there is a creative idea that you may have had in your childhood that could be a key to unlocking financial wealth for yourself, and you have the green light from the universe to explore this old dream of yours. Who knows, maybe this loss that you are experiencing when it comes to funding your life came at the right time for you to finally have the time to put effort towards your dreams. So for some, I am seeing entrepreneurship, and for others, I am seeing you realigning yourself with the job or career that you know best works for you, that you can thrive in and are passionate about. I'm seeing that maybe your old job was close to being the perfect job for you in some ways, but it wasn't the job that was meant for you. And so now you have to adjust yourself or realign yourself with the job that is actually perfect for you. So don't settle for less if this reading is resonating for you. To close out your reading, pile number 2, I did pull from the Work Your Light Oracle card stack to give you a message to carry with you throughout your month of November. And the card that came out for you was the Imrama card that says, "Where are you being called to journey to?" Reading from the guidebook for your card, it says, "The Celtic world Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we do not know where we are going, but our soul knows the way." If you pulled this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place. Or perhaps you are being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. For your Work Your Light activation, it says, hold the card on your heart and say, "May seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets from lands that my soul knows from time past. May I be held by the ancient lineages that my soul has served, and remember that I don't have to do it all alone." I've never gotten this card before from this oracle deck, so this is my first time seeing this card and reading from the guidebook for it. But I will say that I see why you got this card to carry with you throughout your month of November, pile number 2. In this oracle card, I am sensing a redirection for you, maybe in what you are struggling with right now that has led you into choosing this pile. You are in the midst of learning that when one door closes, another one truly does open for you. This is an opportunity for you to reevaluate where you have been and where you should consider opening yourself up to moving forward. And this opportunity that you are given to explore more or better options for yourself will lead you to creating a life that is more fitting for you and the lifestyle that you want to live. There is this sense of elevating your life in some way, and I don't know how much you will be elevating from your old way of living, but I do know that some sort of elevation or improvement is better than having none at all. Seeing some improvement is better than seeing no improvement at all. But there you have it, pile number 2. You've reached the end of your reading. I hope the messages within this pile resonated for you. If you would like to, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe to follow when I next upload. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed and wonderfully divinely guided day. See you later. Hello, my pile number threes, and welcome to your month of November prediction reading. For your three tarot cards, you do have the Three of Pentacles reversed, the King of Wands reversed, and the Hermit card also reversed. From the Hermit card and the King of Wands reversed, I am getting that you are being pulled out of your comfort zone and you really don't like this. I heard unworkable plan, and it seems like you're trying to achieve something, but however you are going about achieving this thing is not working. And because it's not working, I'm hearing that you may need to pivot and try something new that you haven't tried before, and that's where this feeling of being uncomfortable may be coming from. I'm sensing a little bit of stubborn energy from the Three of Pentacles, because whatever this change in plans is that you may need to make is not something that you want to make or go out of your way to make. You want to keep doing things in the way that you've been doing them, because maybe for you find comfort in patterns and having a set routine. I'm hearing that this is not the end of the world, just a slight adjustment. You may view it as an inconvenience to you, but it will serve its purpose in helping you achieve your goal. I'm getting that habits may need to be broken to help you in your situation for some of you. I am getting the feeling that for some of you, you are being lazy in some way, or you have an issue with procrastination for whatever reason. And, this isn't for everyone that chose this pile. For others of you, you may struggle with commitment and finishing what you started. And you may recognize how this behavior or this pattern is holding you back in some way. I'm getting that if breaking this pattern is a challenge for you, more than likely it would be more so of a mental challenge for you, but you going through this change is all in the name of taking care of yourself. It's here to put you in a position of being able to have better access to things that will help you better elevate your life. I'm picking up on the word accept, so maybe there's something that you need to accept that normally you wouldn't. And now I'm hearing someone say, get over it, which can be a little hurtful to say to someone, but I can't tell if this is a good thing or a bad thing that this person is telling you this. It's like there's this form of strength training that you need to go through, and I'm seeing you kind of whining about it, like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to accept this, why am I putting myself through this? What normal human being would go out of their way to put themselves through this kind of mental or physical pain? And I'm seeing the same person who told you to get over it is standing in front of you telling you, this is what you've been asking for. You said that your goal was to achieve X, Y, and Z, and this is the way to achieve this goal of yours. I'm only here to hold you accountable, to help ensure that you are a person of your words and are not slacking in achieving the goals you chose to achieve for yourself. So I don't know if this is a real person that is telling you this in your life, or if this is the universe and your spirit team telling you this, but they are coming from a place of tough love. But to you, you may perceive this as torture or just feeling anguish. And I'm hearing you kind of say, whose side are you on? I didn't ask to go through this. I didn't ask to experience this. This hurts. It's mentally draining, and I don't want to do this. But again, this change or some form of strength training is here to help you, not hurt you. I'm seeing you experiencing pain, but it's the kind of pain that you would feel after a workout session the following day if you were a person who doesn't work out at all. And this was your first day at the gym. I'm seeing you have a trainer, and they are trying to push you to your limits so you can get stronger. They aren't being mean, and they are not trying to be or sound mean to you, but they are here with a purpose, because I'm hearing that you specifically called for them to help you with your strength training. As much as you don't want to go through with this change, there is something within you that recognizes that you need this change for whatever reason. And so you sought out help from someone or something that you felt could actually help you in your situation. Again, this could be a human being or a deity or the universe or whatever higher power you believe in, if you believe in any at all. You called them in to help you, and what they may be instructing you to do to help you in your situation, you just are not open to it. And I don't know if you'll ever fully accept what you're being instructed to do, but you do recognize that whatever it is that you are being instructed to do, it's for your betterment. So you reluctantly go through this process of change. From the Hermit card reversed, I am hearing enlightenment. So you may reach a state of enlightenment when you do finally decide to go through this process of change. And there is something meaningful that you will learn in this change that is being made in your life. I'm really getting that you may learn something about yourself that you didn't know you were capable of. And I mean that in the most positive way. You may not have realized the strength that you possess within yourself that will allow you to boldly go after what it is that you desire to achieve. And I'm getting that you may potentially change your goals so that they are in alignment with who you feel you are becoming yourself. So, for example, going back to the workout example, you may have initially started going to the gym because of a health scare, or because you just simply wanted to lose weight or gain weight or maintain weight to be more confident in your body. But then along the way, as you start to see your desired results, you realize that working out isn't just about changing or maintaining your physical appearance or to minimize your chances of having another health scare. Those are the bonuses that come with working out. Working out starts to slowly become about how it makes you feel on the inside. You realize how much joy you feel from taking care of yourself. You start to realize the shift in your mindset the more you are consistent with showing up for your workout sessions. And eventually, you may not need a trainer to hold yourself accountable for showing up for your own workout sessions when you need to show up. You have built the discipline within you to hold yourself accountable on your own. It's like you're taking your initial goal and expanding on it. You're taking it to a deeper level instead of keeping it at a surface level. And in you doing this, you will naturally fall into reevaluating your goal or your plan on your own, not because the universe or someone outside of you has to instruct you to take care of yourself, but because it was already resting in your heart to take action on change you desire. I'm sensing that it will no longer become a chore for you to take care of yourself, like when a parent instructs a child to handle their chores. The child will eventually learn how to complete their chores on their own, and they recognize when it's time to complete them without the parent having to tell them to do their chores. It's like your soul and your body knew the changes that needed to be in place, but your mind needed to play catch up so it could be in your conscious mind that you need to take action for change. And once it does catches up, you'll know in your spirit when it's time to strike and take action for change on your behalf. But for right now, I'm sensing that some of you have not some of you that have chosen this pile may not be at that point just yet where you choose to handle your business and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. You may need assistance from someone or something to hold you accountable and motivate you to do the right thing by you. Because sometimes we do have our days where we kind of just let ourselves go and stop caring about certain things we normally would care about. And Sometimes when we do find ourselves in this little funk that we are in and sometimes festering in, we need that support, or we need that someone to pull us out of our funky energy, to help us realize why we do the things we do in the first place, why we set certain goals in place for ourselves in the first place. And so sometimes we have to recognize that the journey that we may not want to walk down in the beginning has its purpose, and its purpose is to assist us with reaching our goal or our goals. So try not to look at the journey ahead and only pay attention to the perceived obstacles that are going to appear along the way. Remember, this path or pivot on your journey that you need to make is there to help you reach your goals, because before you saw the journey or the path you need to walk down, or the pivot you are being called to make, you saw the end results. You saw the goal at the end. You saw the finish line first. So don't lose sight of that all because a few hurdles appeared on your path. Don't allow that to discourage you. One way you could look at this is to view it as the pivot that will get you closer to your goals, because the universe saw that you were about to hit a dead end if you were walking in a maze. So they instructed you to go right or go left before you were met with a disappointment, all because you found yourself on the path that led to you running into a wall. A strong sense of feeling hopeless and feeling stressed is very apparent in your reading, and I'm hearing from the universe that if you feel as though your stress is at an all-time high for whatever reason, you have the green light to go and take a nap. You deserve it. Your problems may not go away if you do take a nap, but at least when you do wake up from your nap, you will feel well rested and rejuvenated to tackle any obstacles that get in your way. Allow your naps to give your mind a break. Set the intention that your nap will give your brain some ease and it can finally relax after a long and hard day. I'm getting that your mental health is very important to take care of during this month of November. This month will require you to strengthen your mind, as I said before in your reading, but even the brain needs a break every once in a while. Learning when to take action and doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it, and learning when your mind and body needs a break, and honoring that will be an important balancing act for you for this month. Although, in a nutshell, this would be called your strength training month for you, you are not encouraged to overexert yourself this month. We can push our limits to strengthen us, but not to the point of causing injury to ourselves or others around us, whether that injury is a mental or physical one. I know that sometimes when we really want to reach a particular goal, we go all in without stopping, but you need moments to stop so you won't make any unnecessary mistakes that would potentially set your progress backwards instead of forwards. I really can't get away from this energy that in the beginning, you really need to cooperate with someone or something to help you get your feet on the ground, to get started on something that needs change. And whatever it is that this person or entity is helping you with, their assistance will launch you into victory in some way to helping you reach your goals. I'm seeing someone walking into your room and they are telling you to wake up and get dressed. And you're rolling out of bed because you don't feel like doing that, but them coming into your room to wake you up and get you out of your bed is good for you, because if they didn't, you would have stayed in bed the whole day, and and this person or entity knows that that's not good for you. There is this sense of losing yourself or letting yourself go that the universe will not tolerate. They know that you are better than this. They want you to recognize that you are better than this. And I'm seeing that once you do get yourself ready for the day, you'll recognize that you are putting too much pressure on yourself or judging yourself too harshly for not being able to do things on your own. And I'm sensing this weight being lifted off of your shoulders, and you recognize that you can only do so much with what you were given, and you can recognize that you did your part yesterday and the day before that and the day before that, and you showed up every day to get yourself where you want to be in your life, and you will continue to do so moving forward. And you should praise yourself for doing that, for choosing to continue to move forward. The universe acknowledges that you are going through a difficult time for yourself right now, with so much being demanded of you, and they want to praise you for choosing to continue to moving forward and persevere through whatever this strength training means for you. I'm sensing that for some of you that you are still a little reluctant to reaching out for help, even though you feel helpless in some way because you aren't sure how to improve your situation. But I'm getting that you'll find family or a community that is willing to take you in and be your safe space. You can find comfort in surrounding yourself with these people who I am getting that will welcome you with open arms. When you need a hug, they will be there to hold you and comfort you. There is this loving energy that is coming from this community or family that you can't deny their presence, and the pull you feel towards wanting to be a part of this group. And if you feel in your spirit that you feel called to join this group, then do so. Seize the moment, trusting your intuition that moving forward, you know the best decisions for you that you need to make, and listen to what your intuition is trying to tell you and act on what your intuition is guiding you to do. I'm sensing that your inner child will feel taken care of in your care. They trust that you can get them and yourself to where you both want to be in life, to feel safe and loved and protected. There is this sense of independence that you gain through doing what you need to do to take care of yourself that you may need in your life. Some of you that tune into this reading may be lacking in finances, which doesn't make you feel good, and maybe why you feel as though you may be lacking options in terms of gaining resources to help you in your situation. But there may be hope for you. I'm hearing that something may come about through word of mouth that may help you in your situation. Someone or something may approach you to deliver the message or resource that you needed to hear or become aware about. And I'm seeing you accepting this resource's help, or receive this message and taking it all in and processing it and paying attention to how this particular message may inspire you to take control of yourself and your situation, to put your power back into your hands and to motivate you to be more self-disciplined for your own good and commit to what it is that you said you were going to show up for yourself for. So be courageous and have the courage to do what you may have never done before that you said you wanted to do, and that the universe is nudging you to do, to accomplish. I'm getting the visual of someone completing a bucket list of some kind, and I'm also seeing some form of an aircraft, and I'm seeing someone either jumping out of the plane because they wanted to skydive, or they are staying on the plane because they wanted to travel somewhere around the world. In a nutshell, this month is not only for strength training, but also finding a safe space, community for some of you, and not feeding into fear. You may rob yourself from an opportunity if you feed into fear. I'm also seeing that for some of you, you may separate yourself from biological family due to differences in perspectives, I'm seeing that you may be growing out of certain beliefs or certain things that you were once aligned with in terms of your mindset, but now, for whatever reason, things changed and you yourself are starting to slowly change. And some may not approve of change at all, but you feel it in your spirit that something's got to change for you. And we are right back to where we started at the beginning of your reading, where I stated that you were potentially reluctant to change, but you see the benefits of going through with this change and doing what you need to do to get over some hurdles. I'm seeing family dispute over money, not having enough money and slowly losing more and more money, or maybe not losing, but money that is being earned um, not being worth enough to buy certain things. And I'm seeing everyone in the family scrambling to find a solution to the issue, and then you come in with an alternative solution, and everyone in the family stops and turns to look at you, and they all collectively say no. So now you feel ignored and left out, and since no one wants to listen to you, you go out and do what you can do to fix the issue on your own, in your own way. And if everyone in the family finds out about what you did, then trust that you will have to hear what they have to say, and some may disapprove of your choice. But in the end, I am hearing you say that you were doing what you thought was best for the family and thinking about what will happen long term. I don't see you having any regrets about it. This is definitely a decision that you thought long and hard about because of how much you feel in your spirit that change needs to happen, and the options and the multiple different paths you could have taken. But ultimately, you've arrived at a decision and committed to taking action on your decision, and now you can't look back and you can't take back the choice that you've chosen to make. Just trust that you made the decision that you felt called to make at the time you made it, and you listened to your inner guidance and not from what others are trying to influence you to make. And only time will tell if your decision was worth it in the end. There is truth that may need to come out in the future to provide you with the results you seek. And regardless of your results, I am seeing you eventually be emotionally at peace and in stable energy, because you know that you did everything you could to create the change you have been seeking. And that's all that you can do, is try your best and be proud of what your best may look like for you. Continue to stay grounded and don't lose your head. I'm seeing that having boundaries will help you to maintain your sanity and keep your peace. I'm sensing that regardless of where you may end up, if things get worse or if they get better, I'm seeing you being content and minding your business, because nothing will stop you from enjoying your life, not even fear. Moving on from that, I am seeing you move on from all of the chaos and the disputes, and you are focusing on how you can give to others and how others can give to you. You are now circling back to the importance of community for you, especially if you resonated with separating yourself from family. In a sense, you are finding a new family to be a part of that will look out for you and you will look out for them. This will be something that you need, as I mentioned before, and I'm seeing your cup being filled and their cup being filled, and everyone can thrive in this safe space and transform or evolve in a positive way that benefits everyone involved. To wrap up your reading, I did pull from the Work Your Light Oracle cards deck to give you a message to carry with you throughout your month of November. And the card that came out for you was the Age of Light card that says, you've been training for this for lifetimes. And reading from the guidebook for your card, it says, mystics and sages throughout the ages have predicted this period in history, and you decided to incarnate in the middle of it. There is no mistake that you are supposed to be here at this time of great change. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that is calling you, know this: You've been training for this for lifetimes. You are way more than the days that have breathed through you in this life. You're also all of the lifetimes that came before. All of these experiences have polished your soul into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. Your soul has many facets. Imagine a fingerprint. Your soul is a million times more intricate than that. If you put together all of the fingerprints of all of the people you have been, you would not even get close to fathoming how much of a unique masterpiece you are. You came in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward, that is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth, be seen, and rise. From your work your light activation, it says, hold the card on your heart and say, I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I have received throughout all of my lifetimes. I am ready to embody them all now without hesitation and without fear. I have been training for this for lifetimes. So don't fret, you will get through this month. There is nothing to be fearful of, and if there is, just know that the universe will hold your hand and guide you through what you need to face. I'm getting the visual of a child at the doctor's office, and they need to get their shots, and the mother of the child is holding the child's hand and reassuring them that everything is going to be okay. This is something that you need to get through because it has a purpose in your life, but if you are fearful of whatever the shot or the needle may represent in your life, recognize that whatever you will be feeling, whether it's pain or hurt or maybe nothing at all, you might not feel the needle as much as you thought you would. Recognize that whatever it is that you will be feeling should not make you feel as though the universe isn't there with you and there for you every step of the way, because they are and forever will be. And I think that's it for your reading pile number 3. I hope the messages within this pile resonated for you. If you would like to, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe to follow when I next upload. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed and wonderfully divinely guided day. Goodbye.